Hey, Mackies, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here investigating your favorite movies. And today, I don't know how, I don't know why, but I have enough time to film 4 YouTube videos. But this video you're watching right now will be uploaded on April 3rd. But right now it's April 2nd. So it's going to be a pre-recorded video. And the reason being is that tomorrow I'm going to spend a good first half of the day moving. So I will be moving from here. So this is going to be my last review filmed here. Or actually, no, I'm going to film another review tomorrow morning. But still, anyways, I watched Suspiria 2018 version directed by Luca Guadagnino. And originally, I didn't even plan to do a movie review on it because I thought, okay, I can just talk about it briefly on my movie roundup, what did I watch video, and I could, write a review on Letterboxd. But I have a lot of thoughts after watching it, so I realized maybe I should actually film a video talking about it. So here I am. Um, so Suspiria is a remake. Suspiria of 2018. So Suspiria 2018 is actually a remake of the movie of the same name from 1977. A little bit over a year ago, or I think a couple years ago, I watched the original Suspiria. And even though I really like the premise, I love the colors, I love the soundtrack, I thought it's kind of underwhelming. A lot of the scenes feel really fake and unbelievable, like the blood, the gore. It just doesn't look very convincing. There are some awesome death scenes, but the ending to that movie is so friggin' predictable and underwhelming, and some sequences are really cheesy. So, yeah, at the end, I thought the original Suspiria from 1977, directed by Dario Argento, has a lot of potential, but it doesn't utilize that potential well. So finally, Suspiria is remade in 2018, directed by Luca Guadagnino, who have previously directed Io Sono l'amore, aka I Am Love, as well as Call Me by Your Name. But little did anybody expect he decided to do a horror movie after Call Me by Your Name, a romance drama. So, yeah, I mean, I had my concerns before I started watching Suspiria, but after watching it, I gotta say, I am thoroughly impressed. What I like about the remake of Suspiria is that it doesn't try to be a carbon copy of the original. It's something completely different and way more different than I thought it would be. Like, at first, when I watched this movie, I was honestly a little bit bored, especially in the first half an hour or so. I was like, okay, I mean, there are some cool edits, it looks really nice, but nothing's happening. Like, what's going on? Like, I was waiting for certain scenes. I was waiting for a certain death scene that was in the original, and then at some point I realized that it's not going to even be in this movie. And then I realized that not only does it look and feel different, the story itself is actually really different. Like, really, really different. I mean, the dancing is still there, the witches are still there, but now the plot has changed. And the moment I realized that, the moment I started to really appreciate what's going on in the movie and how Luca Guadagnino has reshaped the whole concept. Clearly, when I watch this movie, it's apparent that Guadagnino is really passionate about this idea and really loves the original, but sees that there is a lot of potential in the original, but these potential isn't realized. So Guadagnino is really passionate about this project and it really shows. And yeah, expressionism isn't really Luca Guadagnino's wheelhouse. His style has always been very realistic and natural. So, as expected, some experimental bits, some experimental aspects of this film doesn't go completely smoothly. But overall, it is still great, it is still ambitious, and Luca Guadagnino has clearly put a lot of love and passion in the crazy edits and cinematography of this film. It's artsy as hell. I feel like a lot of people went into this movie thinking that it's going to be an ultra, super, duper, crazy, scary movie with a lot of blood and gore. And in a way it is, but also it's really artsy and kind of a slow burn at first. And I actually enjoy it a lot. The performances are amazing. Let's get it out of there. Tilda Swinton is legitimately one of the best actresses in the world. Full stop. She's amazing in this film. She is absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna spoil, but Tilda Swinton's acting in this movie is really ambitious, and it's been, I don't know if this has happened ever in cinema, but I think it has. But it's still so mind-boggling, clever, man. And Dakota Johnson is great. Mia Goth, Chloe Grace Moretz. I totally did not expect Chloe Grace Moretz to be in a role in a movie like this. This is really refreshing. And the score is amazing. The score is done by none other than one of my favorite musical artists of all times, Tom York. I even did a review of the soundtrack when it came out, which is kind of funny because at that point I haven't even watched the movie. But I love the score, man. I think it's amazing. I think it's definitely different from the bum 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 bum. I mean, I love the Goblin soundtrack, but Tom York's version of it is so much more melancholic and artsy. The track Suspirium is a gorgeous, heavenly, sad piano ballad. Even as a single, I listen to it sometimes, just without even thinking about the movie. And other tracks like Volk and Open Again are absolutely amazing. The electronic embellishments is just gorgeous. Tom York and Johnny Greenwood making film scores, yes, yes, it's just amazing. I like the editing and the cinematography. The editing gets really choppy at times, and for some people it may throw them off. It may come off like bad editing, but I think it does add onto the disorienting and unnerving effect of the film. And the cinematography is also, sometimes it's trying to be very 70s with the zooms, and sometimes it has these slow-mos where the frame rate stays the same, but it's like slow-mo in post. But sometimes the cinematography is very still, classic Guadagnino, very still, like a painting. Sometimes it's very wacky, it spins around, it just tries many different things. It's very sprawling. I also like the colors. The production design is great, and the colors are rather pastel, which is, again, very different from the original. Very, very different, but it still looks really nice. It still looks amazing. Alright, I'm gonna get into spoilers. So, 3, 2, 1, spoiler alert. Here we go. So, Tilda Swinton plays two characters in this movie. One, Madame Blanc, everybody's like, the movie treats Dakota Johnson's character, Susie Bannion, as the main character, because in the original, Susie Bannion is the main character. But in this film, I don't think she's the main character. Madame Blanc is the real main character, which is really cool. But Tilda Swinton also plays an old man by the name of Dr. Klemperer, which is the doctor character in the original, who only showed up for like 2 scenes. He's basically useless in the original. But in this movie, he plays more of a role. And oh my god, Tilda Swinton is amazing. He played an old man very convincingly, but it's not your average old man. There's something off about him. And that's only pulled off because it's Tilda Swinton. And they even made up an actor by calling this actor Lutz Ebbensdorf or something. So this old man is played by Lutz Ebbensdorf, but Lutz Ebbensdorf doesn't even exist. He's actually Tilda Swinton, but they keep on keeping this secret. They never told anyone. And people, after the premiere of this film, people started to realize, oh, it's Tilda Swinton. But whenever people ask Tilda Swinton, she always denies it. And it's just really fun. It's like Charlie and Donald Kaufman in Adaptation, when Donald Kaufman doesn't even exist. Again, with the whole main character thing, Madame Blanc is, I wasn't afraid of her, actually. Throughout the whole film, I was never afraid of her, even though she's supposed to be this really powerful character. And then by the end, I realized that Madame Blanc is actually the protagonist, and this movie isn't about humans, innocent humans against evil witches. It's about witches against other witches, and it just completely changes the story. The movie actually immediately shows the witches. It immediately reveals that these characters are witches, like right off the bat. And it even humanizes these witches, makes them a bunch of goofy, cartoony old women. And again, at first I'm like, okay, I thought this movie's supposed to make these witches scary. That's not the point. Because this movie isn't about humans versus witches, it's about witches versus other witches. And because of that, there's a certain political aspect in this film. And watching this remake made me realize how political the original Suspiria was. And maybe I'm just overthinking things, but maybe I'm not. And this film also mixes in other aspects, like it mixes in themes of the Holocaust as well as terrorism and other political movements. And it seems like random, like unrelated side plot, but actually it is kind of related in a way. And again, it's more political than you would think it is. So that's that. Again, the Doctor's character also simultaneously shows up throughout the whole film, from front to back. The first scene, he's in it. The last scene, he's in it. And it's amazing because in the original, he doesn't do anything. He shows up, he dies, the end, bye-bye. But in this film, he is almost a centerpiece. He holds the film together. And again, even though when I was watching this movie at first, I was like, okay, where's the crazy death scene? The crazy ceiling death scene? Where's the blind pianist with the guide dog? I mean, I'm excited to see those scenes being adapted. Turns out these scenes aren't going to be adapted. The whole story has changed. And that being said, though, there are some really cool death scenes here. Really cool original death scenes. There's Olga's death scene, which went on way longer than I thought it would be. It's grotesque, it's disgusting, and it's memorable. Second of all, the ending is amazing. The plot twist, Dakota Johnson's character being the ultimate villain, Mother Suspiria, it's way better than the original. It's way better. Oh my god. And the climax of the scene where it's just people naked, crazily dancing, crying, screaming, and heads exploding, blood splattering. It's all red. It's feverish nightmare. It's been a long time since I've seen something like this in cinema. It's it's insane. It's absolutely whack. Like Luca Guadagnino popped off on this one. He didn't hold back. So yeah, amazing. And again, I really like that Helena Marcos. In the original, Helena Marcos is the ultimate evil boss. You gotta kill her. But in this movie, she ain't even. She ain't even. And it just goes to show how much creative liberty Luca Guadagnino actually took when he made this movie, when he wrote this movie. So yeah, at the end, I actually ended up enjoying it. Yeah. It's a subtle movie. It's not for everyone. It's very artsy, but I like it. So 8 out of 10. So have you watched Suspiria? From 1 to 10, what did you rate it? Like and subscribe for one more, and thanks for watching.